Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, with another session of 15 Minutes of Fame. And I've got a very special guest coming up today, and I will tell you about him in a moment. But meanwhile, you can still get a chance to get your 15 Minutes of Fame. We've got a few spots left this week. I think there's about 5 spots left. Then it's all over, guys. You've missed your opportunity to save some money. It's $30,000 for a TV commercial. 10 radio spots are going to set you back between $3,000 and $5,000. You can come on 15 Minutes of Fame, where it's all about you with 10 simple questions, all about you, your business, the journey, the whole 9 yards. And what we do, guys, we put you across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit, Quora, about 14 different platforms, guys, including YouTube, with all your channels all over it. And we put you out in front of thousands of people throughout the world, and it costs you nothing. And then you can use it in the future as a business card. So guys, come on 15 Minutes of Fame and we'll make you famous, just like our upcoming guest, and who I'm about to introduce. It's Neville Starick, is from New South Wales, my old home state, which I left some 13 years ago, never to return. There's another reason for that. But how are you, Neville? How's things, buddy?
I'm well, thanks. I'm well, thanks, Jeff. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on here.
No trouble at all. Tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
Yeah, well, I'm a personal prosperity and performance strategist. I'm helping burnt out business owners, professionals, and therapists in private practice to create a prosperous life without sacrificing their freedom and health. So, yeah, it's been quite the journey to get to this place.
Fair enough. All right. Tell us about that journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path.
Well, basically, I had my own experience of significant life change that completely overturned my world, including my own experience of burnout. And basically, that helped me to identify that I'd had a whole bunch of downplayed abilities that I didn't think were marketable, that I didn't think were going to be useful in the world, but that came quite naturally to me. So I moved into the space of using those skills of listening and paying attention to people and being able to help people to clarify what's going on in a way that was really productive and extremely satisfying for me.
Yeah,
And that's
I've just learned the big one. The big one is trust your gut. You know, all my
Mm,
life I've ignored it. And
yes,
now, now
yes,
I've
and
that, now I've learned that
we're
it's smarter than what I am.
we're often taught to ignore it. We're taught to go with logic, and logic can
Yes.
only take us far. Yeah,
Yeah. The gain and
absolutely.
the brain and the gut, guys, are well connected. So please listen sometimes. What's been the most
Mm.
challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
I think the most challenging part of my work has been overcoming invisibility. And it was really interesting for me moving into a business owner space that it was like one of the things about having to put myself forward when I was so used to putting the clients forward.
Mm.
That was just a huge challenge and a huge thing that was a barrier for me initially. And I was really scared about putting myself out like that. It was like, I'm not used to doing this. And so what I did was that I got involved in networks and
Awesome.
have learned how to refine how I speak about what I do and how I work, and basically utilizing a variety of avenues and platforms to promote the work that I do. And in the process, that has helped me to sort of become more confident in what it is that I
Develop.
offer.
Yeah, I get it.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Step at a time, day by day, guys.
absolutely.
The more you learn, the more you earn, guys. So, you know, and the other thing, guys, you'd be surprised. You teach, you learn. Even what I'm doing now, I'm learning from other people. Like our guest here. Tell us about an important moment in your career that virtually changed the direction in which you're now going.
It was interesting. It was like 2 years into my first job. I
Mm.
was working as a primary school teacher, and I experienced burnout, which came. I didn't expect that. Basically, I walked into the teaching career thinking that was going to be my career for life, and then I
Mm.
had this experience of burnout, and it completely shattered my perception of what my life direction was going to be. And it forced me to sit there and evaluate a whole bunch of things around like, why did I choose teaching? Is teaching the right fit? Should I be doing this? And what are my alternatives? And there were a whole bunch of things there around exploring possibilities that I had never allowed myself to do because I had been on a one track
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah.
path around this. This is what my life is going to be like. So that opened up a whole lot of doors. I went and explored a whole bunch of things, gained some new skills. Eventually went back to teaching to prove to myself that I could do it, and then realized I no longer need to be here. I went overseas, changed career, moved into a different direction altogether. And yeah, and it was, I don't think I would have even considered that if I hadn't had that experience of burnout. It was a bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah, guys, you need passion, guys, and our guest has got that. You need passion in what you do, because if you've got passion, it's not even a job. It's just an experience. You just get up every day with a smile on your face and have your cup of coffee, and off to work you go. You know, it's not like one of those jobs you think, oh, gee, do I have to go? Tell us, in your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that you believe have now contributed to your success, apart from your determination?
Well, I think one of the things that has contributed to my success is just a curiosity about people and a curiosity about possibilities. And that's something that I think I've always had, but it's been enhanced over time, where it's just like basically I'm curious to delve beneath what is to delve beneath the surface and to really get a sense of like what is going on here. It's like what you see is not always all that's going on. So I've sort of had this innate curiosity to know like why is it the way it is? How did it get to this place? What's the history behind it? All that kind of stuff. Also, my whole life experience has been a process of adaptation and change. And so creating the willingness, having the willingness to adapt and change direction is something that I think has been a real strength and has helped me to get to where I am today. And along with that, a genuine compassion for people. I had a lovely compliment today from somebody who basically said, "It's like you come across as a really gentle person. It's almost like you're a blanket hug." And I thought, oh, that was
Fantastic.
nuts. It was
Yeah, it
a
was.
really
It is.
thing that somebody who'd only met me twice
Yeah.
was able
No, well,
to
you
recognize.
do come across as extremely genuine. That's the big key point. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in this particular field?
I think one of the things that helps me to stay motivated is to keep connecting with other people. Sometimes this job can get really, really lonely,
Mm,
and working here with individuals on a day-to-day basis, I don't often get the chance to connect with other professionals or other business owners. So the
yes.
networking has been extremely important for me to stay motivated and to get a sense of what's out there and what the possibilities are. And that's helped my business to grow in ways that I didn't expect that it would. And also for me to learn new skills and to take on different tools that have helped me to become more efficient and to become a little bit more innovative in the way that I work.
Yeah, we've got to keep learning, right? You've got to be learning every
Mm.
day, guys. Tell me, discuss a recent project or achievement. Share with us something that you're particularly proud of, something that you've done in recent months or years that you're particularly proud of.
Very, very interesting. One of the things that first came to mind when I looked at this question was the establishment of the Counselling Therapists in Business group, which is a group that I established in on Facebook during COVID.
Awesome.
And it was for me a group that the idea had been sitting there for a little while, that there was no group that I could find that supported other counselors, that
Each
supported
other. Yeah.
counselors,
Great idea.
yeah, counselors who were in business and running a therapy practice. There were lots of business groups out there that supported business in general, but nothing that was specific to that particular space. So I decided I was going to bite the bullet during COVID when we were all locked down. Let's
Sure.
go and create this group. And I thought I didn't expect it to be a big group. I had a handful of people that I knew
Mm,
that were in private practice that I invited,
mm,
and within three years, it's grown to nearly 300 people. And I'm sitting there
awesome.
going, wow, I mean, there was a real need for it. And in the process of that, I realized that I had something to offer other counseling therapists in that space with regards to my business experience and my understanding of some of the key pieces that are there to that need to be accounted for to ensure that a business builds and grows.
Not bad.
And
Not bad.
that was a surprise to me, but it was a really
No,
proud
I get
moment
it,
as well.
because, and guys,
Yeah.
it's sharing is caring, and you don't know what you don't know. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, guys. I mean, I'm 75, and I used to take pride. A few years ago, I completed the life's jigsaw puzzle of 10,000 pieces, and I thought, this is awesome. I
Wow.
said, what, it's terrific. And someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, no, that's the starter kit. Here's the million piece one now. So, guys, it's a lifelong learning experience. You know, most of you are only on base camp. You just don't realize it. So just keep on going, guys. Just keep on going. What advice would you give someone aspiring to sort of follow in your footsteps? What would you tell them?
There are three things or four things that I really want them to consider. One is like be open to changes in direction. I know for me, I started off my career being quite rigid about where I thought my life was going to head, and it took the experience of burnout to actually shake me of that and to get me open to
Yeah,
possibilities. So being open to changes in direction is really, really important. The way you think your life is going to go may not be the opportunities that show up. So along with that is like read your environment. If there's an opportunity that's there that you're seeing, check it out,
sure.
explore it, see if there's any potential there, and see what emerges out of that. Because you never know. You never know where it will take you and what kind
Be
of
open-minded. Yeah,
opportunity this doorway will bring to you. The other two things are like everything's connected. So something that you do here may show up in another form somewhere else. I mean, I'm looking at the teaching skills that I've had. I'm no longer working in the classroom, but I'm using those skills in a lot of different ways
correct.
of being able to share, to educate, to be able to communicate. And all of those things have been really, really important, which brings me to the last point. It's like nothing is wasted, even the difficult experiences. They
Absolutely.
can be really huge learning experiences, and they don't have to define you just because something didn't work.
Absolutely. And then, that's a bit about learning. It's all about learning, guys. I mean, your mother
Mm.
probably told you the stove was hot, but you still had to go over and touch it, didn't you, to find out, right? you know, so then once you know, you know. It's a bit like that. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? Looking forward.
One of the things that I'm looking forward to is to finding some way to establish a community for business owners and professionals to support their well-being, because it seems like there isn't anything specific that actually gets people to focus in on that. I'm talking about myself as a prosperity
Sure.
strategist, and prosperity is not just about money.
No,
Prosperity is about the quality of life that you have and the things that you put in place to make sure that you move towards that. And and that's kind of something that I'm playing around with in my head at the moment, that I'll be interested to see what emerges in the future with that.
yeah. I call it the
So,
three Fs. And they are, guys, as
mhm.
follows. They're not the three Fs that you guys are thinking. They're the three Fs are family,
Yep.
friends, and freedom.
Yep.
They're the things you want to be aiming
Yep.
for, guys. Family, friends, and freedom, and put them in that order. And guys, it is. I'll tell you now, no one's coming to save you, guys. It's up to one of my favorite sayings. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. So reach out to people. Don't be frightened to ask for help. You're not an island. Nobody can do it by themselves. So don't try to. There's plenty of people out there, like our guest here, Neville, are out there ready to help you. The worst you can do is have a virtual cup of coffee. It costs you nothing. 30 minutes of your time could change your whole mindset. So I'm seeing it every day, guys. So reach out and do your best. Network with people, guys. Networking is an awesome way, especially if you're a solopreneur and you're living at home. All you got's the cat. Well, the cat won't help you much, but you reach out and someone might spark a gem of an idea and validate the idea and put you on the right track for more success. As we wrap this up, how can our people reach out and find out more about what you do, Neville, and your wonderful work?
Um, One of the easiest ways to do that is to go onto LinkedIn or Facebook. I got a LinkedIn business page as well as a personal profile, so you can go under my name or under my business,
Lovely.
Cynosure Counselling. Facebook, similar. I've got a personal profile and a business page, so you're welcome to go on those there. And I've also got a website called cynosurecounselingandcoaching.com.au, which gives more information about the things that I work with and the things that I enjoy and opportunities to connect with me. So,
Lovely.
yep.
And by the way, guys, we'll be putting all of Neville's socials as up all over the different platforms with all the links there. So you can reach out, particularly on YouTube. This will be on YouTube in the next 24 hours. And you can reach out to Neville from any of his contact points. I'm sure he'd love to have a chat to you. Before we wrap this up, Neville, tell us some interesting fact about you that most people don't know.
Um, The interesting fact is that I have a third culture kid background, and a lot of people have no idea what that means. So basically, it means that I spent part, some, or all of my childhood outside of the culture that my parents lived in. And that has some significant impacts into how I see myself and how I feel, how I connect. So the cultural influences are quite profound in a lot of
Mm.
respects, and it can it brings gifts with it, and it also brings some challenges there because you're straddling two different cultural experiences and sort of a part of both, but not really a part of either as well.
So you sound like you're a bit of a
So,
black sheep when you were a child. You didn't fit into the other side. You wanted to go on in your own little part of the world and have another look at life.
oh well, you're sort of suspended in between. You're suspended, and that can be a very place in a very
Awesome,
interesting place.
awesome. All right. Thank you very much for being on the show today, Neville. And if you'd like to be get your 15 minutes of fame and be on the show like Neville, this will also be in all the socials, guys. Reach out. We're wrapping it up this month, so you've only got today. There's a few spots left up till midnight tonight, and there's about I think about 3 spots as I know of on Thursday, and then that's it, guys. You're going to miss your opportunity to be famous. So once again, I'd like to thank you for being a guest on the show today, Neville. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, much appreciated.